Hey, hope everybody's doing well today. So what I have for you is 5 tips that I wish I'd known when I started working out 7 years ago. And these are things that I pretty much had to learn the hard way over this period of time. Some things faster, some things took a little bit longer. But with sharing this with you today, I'm hoping that it'll be able to move your progress along a lot faster than what mine did. And so with that being said, let's jump into number one. All right, so number one, we have trust the process. And what I mean by trusting the process is basically, in a nutshell, to show patience. And with that, you pretty much have to understand that no matter what you're delving yourself into, as far as what aspect of fitness, it's still not going to happen overnight. And sometimes, as easy as it is to hear someone say this to you, sometimes it still takes a little bit more perspective to get it in your head, because as human beings, we naturally throw out expectations for ourselves. And a lot of times, though, these expectations are misguided, and it can almost have a reverse effect of pretty much putting you down. You are looking for these goals, and when you don't get to a goal as fast as you expected to get to that goal, then you mentally go in a state to where there's no progression to it. And you start working backwards and you start working against yourself. So you really have to understand that it's you against you. And your mental state is going to be one of the biggest factors in how you progress through your training and how you progress aesthetically, strength wise, speed wise, whatever it is you're working on, it all applies in the same manner. Okay, so number two is take the time to study. And this one's a big one for me. What I mean by this is basically take your time to learn muscle groups, learn where muscles insert and attach at, because with this knowledge, you're going to be able to learn what movements actually work that muscle. And so you're not just going to be blindly walking into the gym, just doing random movements, swinging your arms around, whatever it is, not knowing what you're truly working. When you can take the time to learn how many heads are in a muscle group, or you take the time to learn what variations of an exercise hit a certain part of that muscle, then you will automatically be leagues ahead. With this, you'll also be able to learn how to rest your muscles. And so you pretty much don't want to be coming in and hitting the same muscle group every day. So with knowing a little bit of anatomy, you'll know how to set out your training programs in a way that you can give enough time period of rest to that muscle group before it becomes time to where you can implement more training for it. If you have this, basic understanding of anatomy, and you have a good mind muscle connection through your workouts, that you're not having to put in as much effort to get the same results. And when you're not putting in as much effort to get the same results, then you're able to intensify what you're doing, and you're able to get more results from that. And it just kind of snowballs up, and you wind up getting more and more and more and more. So this leads me into number three, which is supplements. I believe supplements are very overvalued when it comes to being at a beginner's level. I know when I was first starting out, I would stop by the gas station almost every day, buy $3 cartons of muscle milk. I would be trying to hit my 30-minute anabolic window after every workout, and I was down in 2 or 3 protein shakes a day. But at the end of the day, supplements are exactly what they are. Supplements. They are a supplement to your nutrition. No supplement can replace food at all. Like, nutrition is a big key factor, but we really don't even have to go into that at the moment. That's something for another day. But when it comes to supplements, you have to understand that as long as you have a balanced diet, you do not have to be spending hundreds of dollars on excess supplementation just to believe that it's going to get you there faster, because it kind of reverts back to the whole trust the process thing. You cannot supplement your way to your goals any quicker. And really, I'm going to leave this one short because that's basically what I want to say with that is do not try to over supplement starting out, because it's basically, for the most part, just throwing excess money away. Okay, so for number 4, we have listening to how your body responds. A lot of times when you're first beginning, you want to find these programs, these laid out programs, these cookie cutter programs. But the problem with this is a lot of times those programs can be lacking and they're not tailored to one specific person, which is you. So you have to come in with the mindset of actually learning when you're in the gym or you're running or you're doing this, you're doing that. You need to really be in depth with your body. Start listening to, what's actually working for you. You'll find that there's so many different types of variations of different movements and different types of training that you just really need to see how your body responds to each. Try a little bit of everything and then start building your own program. Start taking what's working. Say, this was working here, this wasn't working. What wasn't working. You can pick out those little tidbits of what does work for you and start making your own programs and start making what works for you, because that's when you're going to start finding the quickest results. And it's also going to put you in a mental state of just complete positivity, because the more results you see, the more motivated you get. You take something that could have possibly been a little bit of work, it was hard to do starting out, but then it gets easier and it gets easier and it gets easier and it gets funner and it gets funner and it gets funner, and soon it's not work, it's hobby, whatever you want to call it. It's something that you actually enjoy. Say you get off of work, you're like, hey, I'm ready to go to the gym, or hey, I'm ready to go for a run. It's those types of things that will, change your outlook on, fitness as a whole. The last thing I have for you today is leave your ego at the door. So you will absolutely get nowhere ego lifting. The only thing you're going to get from that is injuries, and that's going to demotivate you and just push you in a complete different direction than what you're wanting to go. When I first started lifting, I was trying to stack plates on everything. I was just trying to absolutely push as much weight as I could, because I'm like, this is how I'm going to get mass. But that isn't how it works. Also, when I got back into running, I was trying to go at crazy speeds. I was trying to push crazy distances way too fast. Shin splints started popping up, stuff like that. If you just take your time, let everything progress the way it should. I'm not saying don't push, don't try to progress in weight, don't try to do anything like that. But if you're a 120-pound person, don't go and pick up a 100-pound easy bar and start trying to curl it for 15 reps. Your tendonitis is real, I promise you. Just don't try to impress other people. Don't be worried about what she has to say. Don't be worried about what he has to say. Just focus on you. Do the weight you can control. Do the exercises that you have full control over your movements. Push yourself, but don't try to push yourself in some kind of crazy amount that's just going to lead to you getting hurt. There's a giant difference between soreness and being hurt. You definitely don't want to be hurt, because it will just add on and add on and add on. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did find it helpful, hit that like button. Drop a comment down in the comment section telling me how far you are along in your journey, some things that you might be curious about, and if you'd like to see me make a video on a certain topic. Until then, I'll see you next time, and I hope you have a great day.